Hi everyone, this is Ty from Oasis Auto. Today I want to show you how to install our universal fit seat cover. Once you receive the package, this is what it looks like. It's got written instruction. With the written instruction and this video, you should have no problem putting our seat cover on your own vehicle. Once you open the package, this is what you're supposed to receive. 2 seat covers for the front. This is the setup for your rear bench seat, a written instruction, and a bag of hardware. Let's first start with the front seat. If you flip the front seat, this is what it looks like. You want to apply 2 round clips to the elastic band in the middle and 2 metal hooks at the bottom. You also want to disconnect this before you put them on. The way to put it on, what you want to do is there's 2 openings. Basically, you want to put it through the opening on top, at the bottom. Same thing on this side. For the bottom, you want to open the hardware, apply it, and then close the hardware. Do the same thing for both sides. Now we are ready to put the seat covers on our seat. First, make sure you open the zipper on top all the way. Just make sure you open it all the way because sometimes your headrest will be big. You want to open it all the way so it doesn't pull it and break the zipper. Open it all the way and then tack the whole thing on there. Once you put it on there, this is what it's supposed to look like. For the headrest, basically you want to pull these 2 clips out, flip the headrest, and then connect the clips on both sides. Now we have to apply these 2 elastic clips. What you want to do is you want to insert it right in between your backrest and your bottom cushion. Once you reach the other side, you want to turn it. You want to insert this round clip, and once you reach the back, you want to turn it. Same thing on this side. Insert and turn. After you insert it, turn it, this is what it's supposed to look like on the back. But sometimes this will be blocked by a fabric piece, but it doesn't matter. This is just to show you what is supposed to sit once you push it through and turn it. Now, the next step is to apply these 2 metal hooks underneath your seat. Basically, there should be plenty of spot for you to apply underneath there. Just go down there and take a look. There should be plenty of spot. The last part is to pull the elastic band on the side out and then go underneath around the seat. Now, once you grab these 2, just connect it on the back. Make sure they're not too tight. For certain vehicles, your front seat might be too big for this elastic band to reach. If that was the case, you can simply cut it in the front. You don't have to install this. For the bottom cushions on the rear seat, there are 2 different styles. Style 1 does not have no gap between the cushion and the car itself. Style number 2 does have a gap right in between the cushion and the car itself. For style 2, usually there are SUVs. Now, let's start with style 1. If there is no gap between your cushion and the actual seat, you would like to remove your bottom cushion to install our rear seat cover. There is a way to install the seat cover without removing the bottom cushion, but it will not fit that good. To take out your bottom cushion, each model is slightly different, but they should be relatively easy. This is a Subaru Impreza. To find how to do it on your own model, you can just simply search online. Once you take out the bottom cushion and you want to apply the left and right seat covers on there, and this is what it's supposed to look like. And the way to connect it on the back, there is 2 ways. You can connect 2 circular clips, 1 on each of these elastic bands, like I did on this side, in case if your bottom cushion is pretty wide and it's stretching out too far. Or if you have a smaller sedans or regular SUV, you can just use 1 clip that connects the 2 elastic bands on the back and 1 in the front like this. Third, you will apply this by simply attaching it on there. There is 2 Velcro, so it will connect. Make sure that the side with these kind of clips is facing the front, not the back of the seat. Once you apply this, and you would connect these 2 elastic bands with round clips on the back. Once you install the 3-piece, and if you flip it, this is what it's supposed to look like on the back. It will either have 3 clips, 1, 2, and 3, or maybe 5 clips, 2 on each side and 1 in the middle. And these 5 clips plus elastic band will hold the seat covers tightly on the back. On the side, you will see a couple of these kind of elastic band have this kind of plastic clips. For now, what you want to do is just tuck it inside and put the seat cover back on the car. The next step is to insert these clips right in between your cushion and the car. You can simply push it in, add additional security. If the gap over there is too big or too small, you can just simply hide it without inserting or cut it. There is also a way to reinstall our rear seat covers without removing your bottom cushion. You simply want to attach one of these circular clips on each of these elastic bands on the back. You want to insert it just like the way we did in the front. Insert and turn and tuck this in there, and do the same thing on this side. So this will hold on the back. And in the front, you will see that there will be a plastic clips like this. What you want to do is you want to insert this right in between the seat and the bottom cushion, like this. Just have to find a spot, insert it, make sure it's tight. It's same thing on the side. There will be one on the side. You just have to do the same thing on the side. Insert this plastic piece on the side. Once you finish this side, you do the same thing for the other side. And lastly, you want to do the same thing for the middle. Just so you know that if you install it this way, the rear seat cover will not be tight, and this is for temporary only. If you have an SUV, sometimes your rear bottom cushion, there is a gap between the cushion and the car itself, right over here. To install the seat cover, basically you want to pull this long elastic band around at the bottom and connect on the back with these clips. What you want to do is, depends on how many space you have between your seat and the bottom. Sometimes the space is not enough. What you could do is, you don't have to put the seat cover on there nicely. You just have to hang over here, pull the elastic band and reach underneath so it would go all the way, and then use another hand to meet your original hand and pull the elastic band out. Sometimes this is pretty hard. You might need somebody else to help you, or you might need to try it a couple times, but with patience, this will work. Now I grabbed it, I pulled them out. It's holding on this side, and then I apply the hooks on there, and both of them. The rest of it is much easier. Basically, once you apply like this, then you turn it. Just make sure when you turn it, you don't want to apply too much force and rip out the elastic band. If you turn it a little by little, it will eventually line up correctly. When you do the middle part, you will receive two rectangular covers. One, they have a Velcro, the male part of the Velcro on the outside. The other one doesn't have any. The one does not have any is the one that's for the bottom. Also, the side, they have an elastic clip like this, is for the front. So this is how it's supposed to go. There should be no Velcro on the outside, and this elastic band should face in the front. Once you finish this side, do the same thing for the other side, and lastly, to the middle. What you're looking right now is at the bottom of the rear seat for a Toyota Tundra. This is the one that have a gap right between the seat and the bottom, and it's easy to install on this one because you can flip it up. And this is where I want to show you how you can use these elastic band with the clips. You can connect them together with round clips to provide additional security. You can leave it hanging, or you can simply cut it. The covers on your rear backrest, basically you want to apply the circular clips, and once you do that and connect these top clips, and just put it right on top. And over here, like we did for the front, you want to insert it right in between your backrest and bottom cushion. Insert it and turn it so it will hold. Once you repeat the process on the other side, the last piece is for the middle part. Basically, you want to insert the middle part underneath the seat, and this male part will grab the female part on the back, and then it will connect nice. Sometimes for certain cars, your backrest might be a little bit too short for our seat cover. For example, in this case, it looks perfect, but the problem is that the separation is right over here instead of at the very bottom. You have to do some DIY if that was the case. In this particular car, what I decided to do is, when I install the bottom seat covers by taking this out, before I put it back, I put the seat covers on there for the backrest and fold it down there. Other SUVs, for example, sometimes you can flip your cushion up. If that was the case and your rear backrest is a little bit short, you can flip it up and then tuck the bottom piece under there and fold it back down there. This way, it will not create excess pieces at the bottom. Of course, all vehicle is slightly different. But basically, once you have issues like this, you have to try to figure it out the best way that could solve this issue for your particular vehicle. One of the most frequent question we're getting is whether our universal fit seat cover will fit your particular vehicle or not. In this video, let me explain it in detail. First of all is the front seat. Our seat cover will fit on almost all vehicles from a small Honda Civic to a full-size pickup truck such as F-150. The only thing you need to remember is that your seat cannot have a built-in seat belt right over here. If that was the case, our seat cover will block it. Second is that your headrest needs to be adjustable. What it means is that the headrest and the seat, there is a gap. It cannot be all in one piece like many sport car or a Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y. As you can see from the picture, our front seat cover will fit nicely on a small vehicle such as Honda Civic, all the way to a full-size SUV such as Toyota Highlander. So there is no worry for the front seat. The rear section of our seat cover can fit on an SUV or sedan. One thing to remember is that our seat cover does not include covers for the third row. If your vehicle has a third row, our seat cover will only cover the first and the second row. This is a SUV, Lexus RX 350. As you can tell, once you put our seat cover on here, it will fit relatively nice, probably not as good as the front. However, the rear will look pretty good, especially after you install it nicely with some patience. After you install it, you can always maneuver it by disconnecting the middle piece, pull to the left and right, make sure everything lines up correctly. This way, the rear will look as good as possible. For the rear seat, on the backrest, you need to make sure that the backrest is between 21 inches to 24 inches. Certain pickup trucks have a much shorter backrest and our seat cover will not work. But as long as your backrest looks like a normal sedan or SUV, it will work. On the rear seat, we have a 40-20-40 setup. So whether you have a 40-60 split bench seat or you have a one-piece solid seat, both will work. For the bottom cushion, you need to make sure that the width of your bottom cushion is less than 57 inches for our seat covers to work. If you need to access your rear cup holder, you can simply disconnect the two Velcro on each side and take this middle piece out. This way you can access your cup holder. After that, you can just simply put it back right in there. Most of the sedans and most of the SUVs have a seatbelt buckles right over here. But some cars, for example this one, the seatbelt buckle is slightly at a different location. It's right over here. So in order to access your seatbelt buckle, you have to kind of open this up a little bit for it to be accessed. Certain cars will have a seatbelt buckle right in the middle over here. For example, a Nissan Rogue. If that was the case, once you install our seat cover will block the seatbelt buckle.